Hello, welcome back to Victor Writes, Victor Reads, everyone. We are full speed ahead and we've hit chapter 5 of the Needle of Hemlock Hollow. If you aren't up to date, check out in the notes below. I will have links to all of the previous episodes, and also head on over to medium.com if you want to read the articles as they've already been published on the Daily Cuppa Grande as part of the Witching Hour October writing project, which is fun and pushed me to write my first attempt at writing suspenseful, and I've been enjoying it. So let's jump right back in. Chapter 5, The Loneliness. How is Mara today? Lonely. Mara left the old woman's cottage with the weight of the world pressing down on her. Her feet carried her aimlessly, back through the woods, then down the familiar streets of Hemlock Hollow. She was still in the town she'd been raised, but it didn't feel like home anymore. It felt distant, like a place she could never belong to again. She tried calling her friends, her closest confidants, the people who knew her best. But the calls always went the same way, her voice cracking as she stumbled over her words, trying to explain what was happening. How could they understand? How could they believe her? I just feel like I don't know who I can trust, Mara had told her best friend Emily the last time they spoke. Emily's voice had been soft, concerned. Mara, you know you can trust me, but you sound off. Maybe you should take some time, clear your head, come back to the city and stay with me for a few days. But Mara hadn't gone. She couldn't. The needle wouldn't let her. It was whispering again, filling her mind with doubt. They'll all betray you. Emily will betray you too. The thought gnawed at her, spreading like poison. Emily didn't understand. None of them did. They didn't know what it was like to feel the needle always there, just beneath her skin, waiting to pierce her again. And so Mara stopped calling, stopped answering her messages. The loneliness wrapped around her like a shroud, and the more she pulled away, the more isolated she became. The needle fed on her solitude, driving her further from the people who could save her. Mara no longer believed in saving herself. The old woman's words echoed in her mind. You'll be alone, just like your mother. She was already alone. Even in a crowded room, Mara felt the weight of her isolation pressing in. She'd sit at a cafe, surrounded by the noise of life, chatter, laughter, the clinking of cups, and feel utterly apart from it. The needle would prick her then, a reminder that she didn't belong to the world anymore. It was only her and the needle now. Her nights stretched long, filled with the hollow sound of her own thoughts. She stopped going outside, afraid of the whispers in the trees. The walls of her mother's apartment, once a safe haven, now felt like a cage. She couldn't trust the silence. Even when it was quiet, she heard them, the voices, the soft scratching of something sharp, just out of sight. What will happen next, folks? Stay tuned. Tomorrow, chapter 6 will be dropping, and you would know that if you were subscribed, you'd get an alert. So go ahead and subscribe and hit the alerts dingy ding bell, and head on over to medium.com and check out at Victor Yocco's profile and see what else I've written that you might be interested in reading or having me read. Feel free to leave a comment. How are these stories striking you? I really enjoyed writing them, and I think I'm going to write some more. Who knows? Anyway, I will be back. I will be back with chapter 6. I'll be back with others, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.